need something built?
Welcome to round 2 EU bracket of the Starcross Cup. This is Zartcloud and Vivix versus Fahu and Dilophosaurus. So Jager versus Fadisaurus. With Jager playing as allies, Moscow outskirts is the map, and then we will have double Soviets from Jager. Meanwhile, we will have mixed Axis here in the north, being represented by Fadisaurus. Fahu playing as Oberkommando West, and Dilophosaurus playing as the Ost here. We do have Fahu going with a Volksgrenadier start, doing a little bit of scouting ahead with his SWS half-track, I believe. Dilophosaurus going with double Grenadiers, and making a pretty hard push for the left, I think, from both of these players. Pioneers did, of course, go straight for this strategic point, but the Grenadiers took advantage of this left side rally point. Will be coming out over here. Meanwhile, from the Allies, we will see conscripts into Tier 2 for a quick Maxim, and then Zartcloud is going with Special Rifle Command, Tier 1, going one conscript squad into Penal Battalion. So those will be the opening builds from all of our players. Looks like Fahu's bringing his half-track up here towards the cutoff, possibly thinking about setting up his battle group headquarters here. We'll see exactly what he's planning to do. Not moving it forward for any truck pushing or anything, using it to support in the early engagement or anything like that. Vivix taking up a position in the house with his combat engineers, firing on these pioneers here. Looks like he's not going to be able to finish. Wait, what? Muted? Oh, you're right. Okay, technical difficulties resolved. Sorry about that. Fortunately, the local recording is fine, actually, so I'm just gonna resume. I'm just gonna keep going. Only about 2 minutes shaved off. It's not the end of the world. All right. So, Kubawagen over here on the left side will be suppressing some of Zartcloud's infantry. We do have conscripts taking up a position over here by the fence. And it looks like this engagement is going to go to Fahu, who will be able to force away Zartcloud's conscripts here on the left, and we will see a scout car hitting the field from him. We'll also see Maxim moving its way over here towards the center to support against that Kubawagen. Of course, Soviet Tier 2 and Tier 1 actually with the scout car both have reasonably effective counters to the Kubel, so we'll see if those can get something done over here. Scout car moving up around the side. The Kubel is actually quite damaged, and it's not going to be able to get repairs up on in time with those Sturm Pioneers. He's going to be forced to run away. I think Zartcloud's going to go in hard. He does have Penal's Garrison, so we'll have that little bit of extra damage, but there is a screening squad of Grenadiers here, and he will get the Faust off, taking quite heavy damage from Sturm Pioneers from the rear as well, unfortunately. And that Kubawagen will get to safety, but he was a little late to retreat those Sturms. They were taking damage in the road. The smoke actually protects them from a few volleys of Penal Battalion shots, though, and it looks like they will just barely be able to make it away. There are some screening Grenadiers and machine gun here. We actually have a satchel going out on this bunker. The bunker is not currently upgraded, and if he was upgrading it, he probably canceled it when he saw that happening. Maxim's also moving up over here on the left, and we will have all of this stuff getting suppressed, giving us significant advantage to these Penal Battalions, and I think that the Axis may be forced to make a full retreat here. Meanwhile, on the right, Vivix finally getting some backcapping done over here, grabbing the fuel. There is a little bit of light harassment coming from Dilophosaurus' Pioneer, so... And man, Dilophosaurus really needs to retreat that machine gun, or he risks giving it to those Penal Battalions, which would be disastrous to say the least. Oh, but Zartcloud needs to chase! He was a little bit late to chase, and wasn't able to take advantage of body blocking. They will round the corner there, and they will get away clean. I think he definitely could have finished that off if he'd been a little more proactive in chasing there. That's a shame. Meanwhile, the Maxims continue to wreak havoc on any attempt at flanking here because of how incredibly quickly they can rotate. All of these flanking attempts by Folk's Grenadiers are getting shut down, and the Soviets will maintain a strong hold on the left side munitions point. Now moving up towards the central victory point, sniper roaming, looking for targets, potentially screening against machine guns. And we'll actually see a mechanized regiment headquarters going up from Fahu, so not a battle group headquarters from him. We'll be going with mechanized regiment, possibly going for a Stuka first. I'm not sure. He doesn't have much fuel at the moment, so we'll see what he chooses to do. Another bunker going up from Dilophosaurus, so he really wants to get a bunker constructed right there, and we will have a machine gun getting upgraded on it just about instantaneously. We also have the sniper harassing those grenadiers. They're trying to close in to get off a rifle grenade, possibly. Oh, jeez. The Maxim kills one model, sniper kills the other, and these conscripts are going to try and finish the squad, but I think it'll be fine. Meanwhile, Kubelwagen is continuing to terrorize the left side, pushing away any attempt at harassment with Volksgrenadier and Stern Pioneer support. A little bit of harassment got pushed away over here by these conscripts, I think. And these Pioneers were harassing the right side, but I think they were pushed back. Conscripts now moving up to take the right side victory point, so most of the fighting will be concentrated here on the left. Allies being very aggressive, but now that that bunker upgrade has completed, oh, there's the Maxim retreat bug. I fulfilled my quota. Maxim retreat bug quota for the day. Only 6 minutes in, too. Miraculously, it does actually still get away, though. Stern Pioneers taking the left side victory point, while conscripts take the right side. Allies will hold 1 fuel and 2 munitions. That's pretty good. Also holding this cutoff for quite a while, so the Axis are struggling for resources and map control here. Jager doing quite a nice job being aggressive here in the middle, holding the Axis' attention, not allowing them to spread themselves out and take territory. I think that sniper is attempting to use a flare to spot the MGES. 2 models dropped. Very soon I think that we'll need to retreat. We do see that a mortar is actually firing, though. If that mortar were firing on those snipers, they wouldn't be able to stay so clumped like that. AT gun actually being moved up to fire on the bunker here. Although I think he has to use attack ground because I don't think that he has vision on it. Which is going to make it kind of inaccurate. The harassment continues up here, taking territory all the way up to the base sector adjacent to the enemy base. And this machine gun, rather than retreating, has actually just moved behind the house to give it protection from those snipers, but it's extremely close to getting taken out. The field gun does wipe that bunker out again, so the Allies have been very good at just wiping those bunkers off the map as soon as they get constructed almost. They don't survive for more than like 1 or 2 engagements. Still no vehicle purchase from Fahu. He now has 100 fuel, so I'm thinking Stuka. I think we would have seen a vehicle earlier if he were going to get one. Either that or he's going to go straight to tier 4, but he doesn't have fuel transfer active, so I don't think he's rushing a looks. Still, I'm not sure. Grenade going out on the building there, although Fahu's really quite pressed for munitions. He only has 1 Panzerschreck, but against double Soviets, you're not the light vehicle threat is much less than what it would be against Americans.
Volksgrenadiers Pioneer Group is ready for action.
Mortar firing, trying to get some kills on these Soviet team weapons. No lucky hits yet, though.
Under attack! Ready for battle!
Kubel continuing to try and shut down infantry pushes on the left. Looks like those shock troops are going... Oh, nope. There's the AoE suppression. He's actually throwing a grenade, though. Ooh. And I think that will force that Kubelwagen to reposition away. Especially with this Maxim moving up, so shock troops will be able to take the left side fuel, while Kubel moves back for repairs. Big blob coming from Fahu to try and retake the left side, but without the cutoff, it's It's only worth so much. He's going to need his teammate to retake that cutoff. This harassment over on the right side also needs to continue. It's largely undefended other than just by one squad of conscripts. Might be worth sending some Panzer Grenadiers to harass rather than just Pioneers. Especially with those 2 snipers roaming here in the center. He wants to clear out those team weapons with those Panzer Grens, but with 2 snipers roaming, it's probably not going to happen. He's just going to get bled. Charging straight for those snipers, dropped down to 2 models now. 1 model has no choice but to retreat. Oh, it looks like the Kuba wagon got taken out over here too by the Maxim and shock troops, I guess. Grenade goes out, 3 models down, but with those shock troops right there, those Volksgrenadiers aren't going to stand a chance. They will get forced away. Or killed. Yep, there they go. Stern Pioneers moving up on the flank. And he's trying to clear out this Maxim, but I think he's prioritizing the wrong unit here. Trying to take out that Maxim while there's a full house squad of shock troops chasing all of your infantry down. It's not very efficient. Stuka is on the field though.
Get fire on that infantry!
These conscripts actually found Stuka, and the barrage was not very good. No kills inflicted. I wonder if he even. I think he might have been firing blind there. And it's really quite important to not waste those barrages. Every barrage counts. Every barrage has the potential, honestly, to like win the game. That is how devastating a Stuka barrage can be, which is why it's so important to aim it as carefully as possible. Demo charge here on the central victory point. We also have mines going down in various locations. We certainly have plenty of munitions to spare from the Soviet point of view. Both of them have 58 munitions coming in, almost 200 in the bank each. So good to see those good to see that getting put to use.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Snipers continue to roam. Maxims continue to suppress and push infantry back. And it's good that there's a Stuka on the field, but it's going to be important to utilize it to its maximum effectiveness. It's going to come down to a little bit of random luck and keeping it alive, defending it from medium armor. It's going to be quite. These next few pushes are going to be critical for the Axis to stay in this game.
A sector.
Oh geez, that needs to stop happening too. He's just getting bullied by these shock troops so hard. Ouch. Rakettenwerfer on the field. Hopefully that will at least act as a deterrent to this T-34, but without more Panzer Treks or a pack or something, it could be dangerous. And I don't think we have a pack from Fadisaurus. No pack. So that T-34 is going to have pretty much free reign for at least for a little while. I think he's considering going in hard on that Stuka.
We have 300 points remaining.
Yep, here he comes. Rakettenwerfer is like woefully out of position here too. It's just going to be forced to retreat, possibly even get cleared. But at the very least, he had the presence of mind to get his Stuka to safety in the midst of that. I think Vivix probably should not have stopped to fire on that Raketten. Kind of lost his window of opportunity to take out the Stuka there by doing that. He was a little too hesitant. If he had just dived right in, I think he probably could have killed the Stuka and gotten away clean, in fact. There is one squad of Grenadiers here. Meanwhile, a bunch of conscripts from Zark Cloud moving over here towards the right for counter-harassment. The only thing over here is one squad of Grenadiers. Geez, this is a massive amount of counter-harassment, maybe too much. Just to push back one squad of Grenadiers, 3 full squads of conscripts, and 2 snipers. Maybe he's gonna try and get a squad wipe here, although he's not really taking advantage of their retreat path.
He's dead.
If he had circled around the other way, I think squad wipe could have been very possible. Of course, if Dilophosaurus doesn't retreat immediately, it was too late.
We have lost a squad.
Too late to react. He must have been a little too busy microwaving engagements on, I think, at 4 different other points on the map. Panzer Grenadiers here, his machine gun here, trying to capture this. No wonder he lost that squad. Panzerfaust goes out on the T-34. The Rakettenwerfer's here to follow up. 2 Rakettenwerfers, in fact. But he's not moving up. He doesn't want to overextend them. We actually have, is this a new scout car? Yeah, this is a new scout car. Interesting. Late game scout car getting produced. Maybe in an attempt to find the Stuka or something? I'm not sure. Pretty much just use it as a transport to get his penals up, up close, although I don't know what the objective was there. Stug hitting the field, interesting. That's it's an interesting first purchase, but alright. So that will be tier 3 from Dilophosaurus. And if he can, depending on positioning, depending how he uses it, just tried to throw a satchel on that that Stuka, and his penals are actually doing pretty respectable damage to it, bringing it down to almost half health. Wahoo hasn't really bothered to get it completely to safety. Ooh, Incendiary Barrage clears out that Rakettenwerfer. Penal Battalion is getting forced to retreat by the Stug, though. And a big force of Soviet infantry is moving up as well. Hoorah! Running through his own fire. Oh my gosh, he just took so much damage. That was devastating friendly fire. Oh, I guess he got a couple AT grenades off. And I think that Stug's dead now. Stug shot misses, T-34 shot also misses. There is a Grenadier squad here to Faust. And he will get the Faust off. So now I think the Stug is actually in a pretty good position. The T-34 should be able to make it to safety. Ooh, Stuka firing. This could be good. Oh. I think he misjudged a little bit where those snipers were going to be, plus they used sprint, making it quite difficult to hit them. More incendiary artillery being dropped here, pretty well placed on those Panzer Grenadiers, forcing them to retreat. T-34 is a little bit out of position too, its rear armor is still exposed to that Stug. Soviets trying to move some other support units into position to protect over here. Field gun shot misses the Stug. Meanwhile, over on the right side, we do have a little bit of harassment happening by some Jager light infantry, actually. Grabbing the fuel first, and then trying to slow down the clock, grabbing the victory point. But most of the combat continues to be focused very much over here on the left. Stug getting quite aggressive, exposing itself to the field gun. Vivek's trying to bait it, but Dilophosaurus knows he can't really afford to lose that just yet. Waits for some repairs from his teammate. And Vivek's just tried to attack ground through this formation, which you actually can't. These, if the force has these like little rocks inside of it, then that means that you cannot fire through it. Incendiary artillery falling on all kinds of stuff, hurling his own conscripts through it, forcing those Sturm Pioneers to reposition. These Maxims are actually going to get suppressed by the MG42 here, but there's huge waves of conscripts on their way up. A high explosive barrage also going out. It's going to prove a little too much for this defensive line, and it's all going to be forced back.
Panzer Grenadiers standing by. Ready.
And I think Fahu is trying to set up a Panzerspeer HQ here, but unfortunately the territory got contested too soon. And his SWS is doomed. Stuka firing once again. Barrages have not been all that successful so far. Only 12 kills out of, I think, 3 barrages that I've counted, which it could be doing better. I guess it could be doing worse, but unfortunately it hasn't had that dramatic of an impact. Shock troops getting harassed a little bit by these Jager light infantry. And I think that this engagement could go to Fahu. Smoke grenade going out though. Vipix is going to try to close the distance. Oh, and Fahu decides he can't win that. Maybe Maybe he decided that since he's only got 18 munitions, he can't afford to throw a grenade. Shock troops probably beat him too much. Just decides to let him have the right side for now. Meanwhile, over here, Panzer Grenadiers doing pretty good work against some of these team weapons, but that half-track is actually being quite a nuisance. It only has 6 kills, though. Ooh, almost gets taken out by the Stug. And I think the bigger threat are these snipers. 16 on one, 16 on the other, so 32 kills between those two snipers.
100 points. Taking small arms fire! Men are focused on ready!
Stern Pioneers capturing some territory here. Probably a little bit overextended even, especially with other engagements happening on the map. Although he's actually doing pretty good damage to those conscripts, even in green cover. And that Stug is actually doing quite well as well. 13 infantry kills, and it's gotten quite a lot of damage out on enemy vehicles, despite not actually finishing any vehicles off. So yeah, I think he's done a good job of keeping that Stug carefully positioned, trying to make good use of it. It's certainly the cheapest option, so pretty cost-effective, I would say. Oh my goodness! He just lost that Stuka to just nothing but conscript anti-tank grenades and small arms fire. I think he might have underestimated those conscripts a little bit, and they actually take out his Stuka. Wow, what a terrible way to lose the Stuka. It wasn't even a light vehicle push or anything. Some conscripts just walked up and threw grenades at it. That's got to be frustrating. And with that, the Allies' advantage is returned, taking control of pretty much the entire map except for one strategic point, and the clock is ticking very quickly. Soon the Axis will be triple capped, and it will just be a matter of time before the victory points run out.
Setting of command. Return fire! Contact! Infantry assaulting!
Stug moving back up, taking shots at the T-34, but there is a field gun in position. The Stug really has terrible frontal armor. It's quite unusual to see anything bounce. IS-2 moving up as well. And as soon as they see the IS-2, they surrender. They know they really have no counter to that. Their heaviest gun is a Stug, and that's pretty much all they've got. They couldn't afford to lose the Stuka, had too many squad wipes, had no territory. Not really in a position to come back, so that's going to conclude match 1. Or game 1.